Alrighty, the third and final Venom movie released in the theaters. It's titled Venom: The Last Dance, and I had a chance to check it out on opening night. Here's my review. Alright, so going into this movie, I had the lowest of low expectations. I'm not a fan of anything that Sony puts out that's Spider-Man, but not Spider-Man. I know that sentence makes no sense, but if you know, you know. They make Spider-Man villain movies without Spider-Man. Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but not a fan of any of the movies. The first two Venoms are easily the best out of the countless movies that they've done. There's only 5, but I said countless. But doesn't mean they're good movies. So when I saw the trailer, fully expected just another one of these movies. I had no hope going into it at all. Did I like it? Here is my review, but before I get started, please make sure to subscribe, like button, and hit the bell, and comment down below what is your opinions on Venom: The Last Dance, and what is your opinions on the Venom franchise as a whole. And with that said, let's get started. Number 1, I did buy the Venom popcorn bucket. It was really an impulse buy. I was just buying a popcorn, and they're like, hey, we got a Venom popcorn bucket. And normally I love the popcorn buckets, but they also cost a lot. So I only get them when there's ones I really find cool, like the Dune popcorn bucket that's sitting right over there, or like the Transformers 1 cup that my brother bought me with Megatron on top. But you know, it was an impulse buy. I'm like, oh heck yeah, I want this Venom popcorn bucket, and I'm really glad I did. Look how cool it is. I mean, it's got the goo, it's got the Venom head. Just had to go boast about my popcorn bucket. Oh yeah, and I also like other stuff I bought from AMC. My local theater is AMC, so when I buy this stuff, it's from AMC. But I got the Deadpool and Wolverine cup with Wolverine in it. That's something I bought as well as a collectible. So just all really cool stuff that I bought there. I just needed to boast about my Venom: The Last Dance popcorn bucket. And with that said, this movie's actually easily the best out of all of the Sony movies. I actually kind of enjoyed this movie. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. A lot of people hated this movie. A lot of people thought it was subpar. A lot of people thought it was disappointing. A couple people thought it was fine. That's all I seen on the internet was mixed to negative reviews. I kind of enjoyed this movie. I really dug it. Hear me out. It's because every other Venom movie, there's like a story, and then like Venom 1, it's not until the 50-minute mark that Venom shows up, or to be with Eddie. And then Venom: The Last Dance, or not The Last Dance, but Venom: Let There Be Carnage, they separate them, and they're not together at all for half the movie. And what do I go to these movies for? The only thing I go to these Venom movies for are Eddie and Venom's chemistry. That's it. That's the only enjoyment I find out of these movies. Because I love Tom Hardy, and even though he's giving this stupid, ridiculous performance, I still really enjoy it. And this movie, they don't separate, they don't do anything like that. They're together the whole movie. And I get that people are going to complain, oh, it's just Eddie and Venom doing a couple of stupid things that they're doing. They're just going on these mini side quests. The story makes no sense. All that. We'll get to that in a minute. But I 100% agree with you, yeah. But I had a lot more fun watching this one than I did the others, because it just doesn't feel like a hurried, rushed mess. It just feels like Eddie and Venom having some fun, sitting in a car doing a sing-along, Eddie and Venom dancing with Mrs. Chen. And I get why people hate the movie, but because I love their chemistry, I was dying laughing and thought this movie was absolutely hilarious. Hilarious in the most stupid, dumb way possible, but I thought it was hilarious. Yes, that's right, I genuinely was laughing out loud at Venom: The Last Dance. And that's because, normally for me, I don't like the other movies because they always separate them. They're always story heavy, and the stories make no sense. Like, this movie's not a good movie in any way, shape, or form. Like, the story makes no sense. It, starts off with a bang, and then it never slows down. But at the same time, this movie doesn't make me feel exhausted. I didn't walk out of the theater exhausted like I was with Venom and Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Because with those movies, I just sat down, and for the next 2 hours, I was there, and it's just so much chaos, so much stupid stuff going on, that I genuinely felt like I needed a nap leaving those movies. And this movie, I didn't feel that. I genuinely didn't. Maybe it's because this movie's only an hour and 45 minutes, and from the very beginning, it's just non-stop, so it feels like I was only sitting there for an hour and 20 minutes. It genuinely felt really fast. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's just because I had so much fun watching Eddie and Venom just goof around. Also, the third act is a huge positive for me. The trailers showed nothing out of that third act. And when I heard people saying that, I was really thinking, Noel, we're actually going to see Noel in action. We don't. That's a huge negative, but the third act was really surprising in what they do and stuff that happens in this third act that I really did enjoy it, and it's one of the most surprising third acts. The action is kind of dumb, like it's all shaky cam bull. But when we get to the third act, it's a Venom movie, so you're going to expect absolute craziness, and that's what I got from the third act. So, not a good movie any way, shape, or form. The story's dumb. There's so much dumb stuff going on in the movie. Nothing about the story makes sense. Like, there's this certain side character in this movie, and her whole backstory is that she was sitting on a beach with her brother, a storm came in, and all of a sudden they were running. She was shot by lightning, but she didn't get harmed. Her brother did, who was holding her hand. It's completely stupid. Out of any of the ways you could find to have someone die, you just have all of a sudden, oh look, a storm's coming in, we're just gonna die. It's stupid. It's completely stupid. This movie is completely stupid, but I enjoyed it. The biggest negative I can give for it, though, is this feels like a part one. It feels like a part one of a two-part trilogy, or not trilogy, but of a two-part movie series. Because Noel's not there. Noel's the main villain, and we see like 3 scenes of him, and he never fights Venom, never gets free, nothing. He's just sitting in that chair idle. We don't even get to see his face until the mid-credits scene, which is frustrating. I love Noel. After I saw him in the trailer, I did some research, and he's a really freaking cool villain. And I would have loved to see him in this movie, but nope, we completely forget about him. So some ways, it feels like it is a first part of a 2-part movie. With that in mind, still had a great time with the movie, and even though it is a bad movie, it is a hilariously fun bad movie. Before I give you my final score for Venom: The Last Dance, please make sure to subscribe, like button, and hit the bell. And while you're down there, tell me, what do you think of the Venom popcorn bucket? Did you get one of your own? Highly recommend you do. It's a really cool popcorn bucket. With that said, Venom: The Last Dance, completely stupid. Nothing in the movie makes sense, but it is fun because we have Venom, we have Eddie, Tom Hardy, having such a fantastic time on screen. I found this movie to be just really entertaining, and that's what I like movies for, is to be entertaining. That's why Venom: The Last Dance is getting a B. I'm only giving it a B because, like, the movie's stupid, and that Noel thing really frustrated me. I feel if I gave it B+, it'd be too high for a Venom movie, but I did really enjoy this movie. Alright, stay tuned for a Venom movie ranking in the coming days. Once Kraven the Hunter comes out, we're going to rank all these Sony Venom villain verse, whatever you want to call them, crappy movies. But also stay tuned, a couple more videos of the Zachary Movie Chat Halloween special coming soon. And with that said, subscribe, join the Nerd Army. Peace out.